Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone. Okay. So in this session, we look at the mock test that was released. Okay, we'll solve these problems. And after that, if you have time, we look at general questions if you have related to quiz one. Okay, the concepts of quiz one. If you have any doubts, after that we look into that. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Is the agenda for the today's session? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I didn't see any mock for Python.
Actually, yeah. Wait, I'll be showing you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So in the practice test 3, right? In this section, you could see mock test quiz one, mock quiz one. So that is a mock test.
So is it released today?
Yes.
Okay.
We did solve this.
Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 Fine. So what we'll do is you look at the each. So we have total of
13 questions.
14 questions. Okay. So what we'll do is we look at each question. Okay. And then we'll solve it. Okay. Each one by one.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay. So the questions will be the quiz questions will be in this pattern, sir.
Yeah. So it's going to be theory. Like it's going to be like this one. It's going to be MCQ one. MCQ NAT.
Okay.
Sir, could you also discuss the last question of the graded assignment week 4?
Yeah, sure. I'll discuss it. Okay, we'll discuss it. So first of all, just look at this problem. That's the following snippet of code. This is the code they have given. What is the output of this code for the following input? So when the input is brisk, what is the output? That's what they're asking for. Okay. Clear? The question is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can take like, we should not be taking more time, so I'll give you guys 5 minutes to solve. All right. So, and meanwhile, we look at the graded assignment last question. Others solve that problem, the mock vision first problem. A square matrix sum is said to be symmetric if of phi of j equals sum of j of a. Assume a square matrix sum is already defined. Select all the correct implementation program. That means yes, symmetric matrix no, it is not okay. So okay, here the problem is that whenever we encounter the cell symmetrical fault, right, we should be breaking out of the loop. Since we are not breaking out of the loop, it could happen that at the last iteration, right, when the symmetric equals to true, that doesn't mean that all the elements are of this form, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that is where the first option is wrong. Yeah, the
Yeah.
second option is the second option is correct. Okay, the second option is correct because it has this break one. Okay, the one which I have discussed.
No,
The
sir,
one
it is not. We are just breaking from the inner loop, not from outer.
Yeah, only the last option is correct, sir.
Okay. Let me look at it. Okay. Yeah. Right. So even this one is wrong. So this is entirely wrong because we should not be breaking when symmetric equals to true. So when we look at the last option, symmetric equals to for given range of symmetric is it's same as the It is same as the second option, right? Don't see what's the difference.
No,
there.
that's the second last option. That's the second last. There is one more.
Yeah, I get it, but this appears to be exactly similar to this second option.
No, I think the range is in range of I think. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So when we come out here, yeah, since here the breaking out of the loop for 2 times. When the symmetric equals false, right? Then we should break out of the loop. If not symmetric, then we should break out of the loop. Okay. So yeah, that is why the last option is correct.
I don't understand line number 8.
Line number, if not symmetric, I mean when the if not symmetric, basically when the symmetric equals false, we should be breaking out of the loop, right? Correct? If
Sorry,
not
I mean, we will go to this if loop when? When would we go to it?
Yeah, we want to go through this if loop when the symmetric equals false, correct? When the
Yeah,
Can I try to
yeah.
explain, sir?
we want to go through this if loop, right? So that is why they have mentioned if not of symmetric, if not of SYM, because SYM is false. If not of SYM means true. So that's why this break statement will get executed. If SYM is true, this won't get executed.
And
Is it
that
clear?
would be true only if all the elements are symmetric.
Yeah, if the SYM if SYM is true, right, then this will not get executed. Yeah,
Yeah,
when-
and it would remain true only if all these elements are symmetric.
So much of noise here,
Yeah, if the
and we are not been able to understand anything, sir.
If loop, right? There is noise from Bhushan, from my end, or okay. Is this clear?
yes.
When
Not at all,
Just
sir.
a quick question in graded
So
assignment 4.
question, this is line
The question
in, so
number 1.
in line number 8, we're basically breaking out of the outer loop, right? Exiting the outer loop
yeah.
in case we find elements which are
Sir,
actually
excuse
not
me,
equal
Ram
to each
sir.
other.
Am I audible?
Correct.
Ram sir.
Yes.
Sir, I
And
think.
it would remain true
Sir,
only
sir,
if,
sir, sir, sir,
this
sir,
all
sir.
symmetric.
So much of noise here. Sir, am I audible here, sir? We are not been able to understand anything, sir.
I'm going to mute
I
everyone.
think there is someone who.
Okay.
I said
all
there's
right.
somebody who has joined both the sessions, sir. And we are hearing so much of disturbance, cannot understand even height of it, sir.
Okay, fine. So shall we move ahead now? Is a
Just a
problem?
quick question in graded
Yes,
assignment
sir.
4. So first problem, third option. Please can you explain why it's not the correct answer?
Let x be a vector we wish to compute dot product of x itself and store the variable in a variable called dp. Select the correct sequence of code. Third option, why it is wrong?
Ram sir.
Yeah. Others, please mute yourself. Okay. You're asking why third option is wrong?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Find range of x. See, x is a vector, right? X is a list, right? It should be find range of length of x.
No, sir.
So first
Okay.
problem, third option. Please can you explain why it's not the correct?
I'm not able to hear properly. Which one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, so this should be find range of len of x. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll come back to the mock quiz. Okay. So much of noise. Wait, give me a second.
All okay from in our side, sir.
Sir, can I ask any question?
Yeah. Okay. Before you ask, is my voice clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, actually I face problem taking input inside a list. Suppose there is a matrix. Suppose I want to input a matrix. then I need a 2 nested for loop. Suppose it is a n cross n matrix, then for I to n, then again for I to n. Then after that, if I write L dot append inside this input, then it will not work and create a syntax error. I cannot understand. I have tried a lot. In different way, but it will not work.
Okay, so can you paste your code in the chat box? Okay.
Cannot able to paste.
You're not able to paste.
Actually, how can I paste? I don't know that technique.
Okay, so just copy the code and go to chat. Okay, in the chat you paste the you do the control V and then send it. Okay. In the Zoom there is a chat. There's chat box. Okay. You just need to go there. All right. Is it clear? Okay. So coming to this first problem.
I'm trying.
Okay. Okay. So coming back to this first problem, how many of you are able to solve this?
Done, sir.
Done.
Sir, I paste.
Done, sir.
Okay, unequal string of input matrix for I in range of n, for j in range of n.
L dot append input. This is the problem.
Done, sir.
You haven't assigned anything to the list, any values, at least 0. That is why it's not appending anything.
What?
Like, you have not initialized at least the values to be 0, 0 or something in the list. That's why it's not appending.
I first
it
take a
cannot
blank
append the
list.
empty list like
First
that.
take a blank list because I don't know the dimension. According to the n, the dimension will increase or decrease. That's why it is not possible to assign zeros inside the list.
Okay.
What
Okay.
is this
Maybe
solution
because
for exactly?
maybe
Shyam,
4 cross 4.
okay. I will discuss this problem. Okay. Okay. I will discuss it in a minute. Okay. First, let me discuss this problem one, and after that, I'll discuss your question. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the first problem, if you could see here, the first row is this QWERTY. This is just this the first row in the new keyboard, the QWERTY, and then ASDFGH, that is second row. Third row is this ZX, this one. We take an input word. For character in word, if char in first row, then we'll print first row dot index of char. Okay. And similarly, if it is in second row, we do that, third row, we do that. Okay. We do the same thing.
Sir,
Yes. Yeah.
there are written if char in first row, that is means when one element present in first row, that will be given that word.
Yeah, if that particular character is present in the first row, then that will be true, so that it will go to the statement.
Only one character.
Yeah. See, for char in word, right? So it takes each character. This for loop takes each character and then it checks for that particular character whether it is there in first row, second row, third row or not. Okay, and then it will go to second character, third character, and so on. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay. So in the first iteration, character equals to B, right? So where is B present? B is present in the third row, right?
Third row, yes.
Okay, B is present in third row, and third row index of char equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, so it should be third row 4. Third row 4, there is only one option. So second option is correct. Okay, clear? You need not even check for the remaining characters. Okay, if you want to be completely sure, you can check again. You check for second character R. So where is R present? R is present in first row. And the index of it is going to be equals to 3. So first row 3, that is correct. And then I similarly, like, yeah, there's no need to go for the other one. So yeah, it's going to be correct. Okay. Clear? The first question is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, one quick question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, are we going to, like, after completing this mock quiz, sir, are we going to, like, revise from week 1, sir?
We are not going to revise as such because the concepts are pretty simple, right? Like, see, here, what we could be discussing is the same thing which we discussed in the open session, like what is if else, and what is for loop, what is while loop, and what is list and all those things only we could be discussing. We can't be discussing problems, right? I feel like the concepts in the Python, right? It's pretty straightforward. So there's no point in like discussing like entirely newly again, right? You know the syntax of it. You guys know syntax of it. Okay. Just the problems, in the problems only you'll be facing difficulty. So I guess it's
Yes,
better
sir.
to discuss the problems.
Yes, sir. I think that is good.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
but
So-
given that, let's say if you have difficulty in a particular topic, then we can discuss that. There's no issue in that. Okay. But I won't be starting from scratch and discuss all the topics. Okay.
Sir,
Okay, sir.
I had difficulty in GRPA 4 of week 4 because it involved matrix and combining words and arranging them in sequence of time permits. So please please take that up.
Sure.
Sir,
We'll do that.
sir, one more quick question, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
in quiz one, sir, are we expecting any? We need to type any program or just
No,
objective questions, just like mock
just
quiz?
the objective questions. Just the objective questions.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you.
let me make this clear. All the quizzes that we have, the quiz one and the final quiz, it's going to be objective. And in between, we have 2 OPP exams. In the OPP exams, you need to write the code. You need to write entirely code on. There you want to have objective questions. Okay. Clear? Here,
Okay, sir.
like
Clear, sir.
for the quiz
Thank
one,
you,
there
sir.
won't be any writing of code. There will be no objective. Okay. Just like the other exam, other subjects. Okay.
So
Clear?
final exam also there would be code writing or objective.
In the final exam,
Yes, sir.
in the final quiz, it will be no objective.
It will
Sir,
be
how many quiz we have?
We have total of four exams. There are like quiz one and the final quiz, and in between you have OPP 1 and OPP 2. Okay.
Sir, the pattern of question is like graded assignment or like GRPA type of assignment?
For the quizzes, since it is theory, it's going to be graded assignment. For the OPP exams, it's going to be GRPS. Okay.
Sir, how many NAT questions are there?
We haven't like
Please
specifically.
give, sir, please
these are the
give
NAT
one
questions.
example how to take input inside, how to
Yeah.
take
I'll come to that. Okay. I'll come to the champ one. Okay.
So total how many questions are there, sir?
There are going to be nearly 15.
15.
15.
How many NAT questions?
NAT questions we haven't yet counted, but you can expect like 4 or 5 NAT questions. Okay. Somewhere around that. Okay.
So what is the difficulty?
So
Difficulty
1,
level.
5, 15 or 5, 6.
Whatever difficulty level you see in the grade assignment, it'll be of similar difficulty level. Okay.
Sir, marks is sir best of quiz is best of 2, right, sir?
You could just look at the grading pattern. In the grading pattern, it just discusses like how the final score is calculated. Okay. For now, all you need to think of is doing best in the quiz one. That's our only thing. Okay. Clear?
Sir, is it 15, 1, 5 or 5, 0, 50 questions? I don't know.
1, 5. Okay, you can't be answering 50 questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Answering 50 questions is difficult. 1, 5.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Thank
is
you.
it 1 hour exam?
It's going to be 1 hour or 1 hour. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah,
It is 1 hour, sir. It is 1 hour.
It is
1 hour,
1
sir,
hour,
1
and
hour.
for the people of 50 and above years, they will get 20 minutes grace time.
Oh,
Okay. Anyway, so let's move on to the question number 2. Okay. So look at this problem. We have this a comma b comma c equals 0. A, B, C are Boolean variables which are already defined. ABC, if A plus equals to 1, if B, okay, we have this set of problems. What is the output of the above code if A, B, C are true?
6.
6.
That's 6, sir.
Everyone agree on that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the value of A?
1.
A is 3,
Is
sir.
1.
2 and C is 1.
A is 3.
A is
A
3
is 3,
and
B is 2, and C is 1.
C is
B
3.
2, C 1.
Yeah, correct. So basically, if A is true, it's going to come here. Unlike A plus equals to 1, initial A equals 0, so it will become 1 now. B is 0, C is 0, up until this row number 3. And then since B is also true, this is going to turn out to be true, so it will go to this block also. Okay, and then A plus equals to 1 at line number 3, A equals to 1, right? So now that 1 is going to increment it by 1. So now A will become 2, B will become 1 since B is 0 up until before. Okay, until now A equals to 2, B equals to 1. If C, since C is also true, A will be incremented by 1. So A will become 2 plus 1, 3 now. B will become 1 plus 1, 2. And C will become 0 plus 1, 1. Okay. So A is 3, B is 2, C is 1. Okay. A plus B plus C will be 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is 6. Okay. Clear? Second problem, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Any doubts you have in second problem?
No, sir. No.
No?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So can you answer this one? The statement A is greater than or equals to C is always true.
Answer is true.
I couldn't understand it.
Yes.
False, sir. It is
True.
false.
True. Yes, true, sir.
Sir, it's false.
True, sir.
True, sir.
Okay.
A
So
always greater than B.
Okay, it is equal to, then it's
So if the
What?
condition is false, true, false. If the condition is false, true, false, then
In all the case, it will be true.
no. But if
false.
it's false,
Yes.
true, false.
No, so suppose A, B, C all are false, still A will be equals to B equals to C, and
Yes.
all will be 0.
But if you take F3, well, false, true, and false, well, A is false and true, B is true and C is false.
Then it will not go inside the if condition, right?
Yes.
Because it has to
Yes.
go first from if, then
Oh.
B, then C.
Oh, yes.
You got the point?
Yes.
Thank you.
okay. So see, okay, let's come from the backward. Okay, like let's look at C. Okay,
So I
for
think
A
we
and
got
B.
this.
Okay, let's solve this in this way. Okay, when for A and B both to be greater than C, whenever C is incremented, A and B both should be incremented, right? Correct.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir,
whenever
yes,
A
sir.
is getting incremented, A and B both are getting incremented. Okay, and then when A and B are getting incremented, C is not getting incremented. Sometimes. So basically, A and B both will be greater than C. Okay, the first part is clear. Let's look
Yes,
at
sir.
A is greater than or equals to B case. Okay, so whenever B is getting incremented, A is getting incremented. Okay, so here B is getting incremented. So here also A is getting incremented. Okay, and sometimes when B is not getting incremented, A can be getting incremented. Okay, so in this particular case, okay, so basically A is always greater than A will always be greater than or equals to B is always greater than or equals to C. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if in the question for B to be when B was true, only B was incremented, and if C was true, only C was incremented. A, B were not. Even then, this would be true because they are nested.
See, like you are saying that instead of this nested loop, I will have it like normal loop.
We have a nested only, but
We
instead
have
of
nested only.
incrementing when B is true, we increment only B. And when C is true, when we increment only C.
Yeah, it's still that condition will
That
be
will
true.
be-
Still, it will be true, no, sir?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, still it's going to be true.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's
Sir, I don't
because
understand the last part that was discussed, sir. If
yeah,
I didn't get the last part that was discussed, sir.
the last part, like the one which student has asked.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So what you was trying to say is, let's say if B, I won't increment A, I'll just increment B. Okay, if C, I won't increment AB, I'll just increment C. Okay. So in this particular case, what's going to happen is, initially ABC will be 0, 0, 0. If A only will get incremented. If B, only B will get incremented. If C, only C will get incremented. Okay. So let's look at the possible values of A, B, C at the end. Okay. The first thing is, for B to get incremented, B should be true, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
First of all, for us to come here, A should be true.
Okay. Huh.
Okay. Okay. Since A should be true, A will always, I mean, A could either be 0 or it could be 1. Okay. But when B is 1, A will definitely be equals to 1. Okay. Similarly, for us to come to
Correct. Yeah, got it, sir.
to 1,
Now.
yes, A should be getting incremented, B should be getting incremented. Okay.
Correct. Okay. Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, so let's
If
move on.
it is without nested, then
Yeah, if it is without nested, then we cannot say that A is greater than I equals B is greater than I equals C. This we cannot say. Okay. Clear? I mean, removing this A thing, and then AB thing. If we still have this ABC, AB, A, right? Then even if you remove the nested loop, this will hold true.
Yeah, that is what my question is. If it is not nested, then also it will be.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the conditions.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on to problem number 4. Okay. So you guys try to solve this problem of 4, and then I'll discuss that problem of Shampakun. Okay, that input wala thing. Okay. So yeah, before that, I'll just explain this problem. We wish to find the number of occurrence of digit 1 in a string word and store it in a variable count. Okay, is this clear, right? We just want to check for this digit 1 in the string word. Okay, that's a string. Okay, it's not a integer. Keep that in mind. Okay, yeah. So this I'll just select as true, and then I'll fill this as 6. This option is okay. Okay, solve for this problem number 4. Okay.
Yeah, option 2 and 3, sir.
Okay, you need not see the answer. Okay, just solve for it. Hello, yeah, Shampakun, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am present.
Okay. So are you able to see the screen? Okay,
Yes.
this is a code, right? So you're taking an input, and then that's the size. Okay, in cross and size, the empty matrix. Okay, so for I in range of, see this you need not have it like this.
Yes.
Okay, for I in range of n, for j in
The
range of
matrix is a list of list, na? That's why
You're appending it to L and then appending L.
L is a list, right? L is already a list, right?
Okay.
L is already a list, right? You are appending a list to a list, so matrix anyway will become the list of lists. Okay. Okay. Clear?
Yes, it will not work actually.
And there's like one other thing which you're making a mistake. Okay, I'll explain it.
In the line 7, it creates problem always. L
Okay,
dot append B.
Okay, let me check. Okay, so I'll give you 3. It's asking me for input. So let the first element be 1, second element be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's working. Okay. But there's a problem. Okay. The size is, the dimension I gave is 3. Okay. And the elements I gave are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Can you see what the problem is?
It repeats 2 times.
See, all the rows are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. It is not 3 cross 3 matrix. It is 3 cross 9 matrix.
Why?
Okay. Why?
I wrote here for I in range n and for j in range n. Then it should be.
So let me tell you what the problem is. For each for loop, for I in range of n, you are appending input, right? Okay. So basically we are appending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. The appending part to L, that is there is no problem at all. Okay. The problem is you are appending L, right? You are appending L each time. Okay. So L is getting, you are adding this, you are adding each of these elements to L only. Okay.
First I prepare the list, then I append it into matrix. This is the logic now. First row.
The problem is you didn't initialize it to null matrix. Okay. Okay. So you should be appending, you should be initializing it to null matrix. Sorry, the empty list. And then you should be appending this input values. Okay. You could make it as this int of input. Okay. Directly converting that to integer. Okay.
Shouldn't also the input be split?
See, the split will happen when like here she just accepting. She's not accepting entire row. She's just accepting each individual element. Yeah, each individual element she's accepting separately.
Sir, if there is a list of real number, suppose there is a list of real numbers, then
isn't she accepting strings? How does this become a list?
See, basically she's just accepting 3 cross 3. She's accepting 9 elements. She's not accepting 3 rows for you to use that split and all.
Oh, okay.
She's not doing that comma separated input type.
Okay.
Clear? Okay, clear?
Okay, now it will work properly. No?
Yeah, now it will work. So let me just give you this 3 size. The first input is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Sir, if it is a list of real number and I want to convert it into integer, then I can directly append with int then L of I. In this way, I can also convert. No? Suppose there is a single list of real number. Single list. And
if it is already in a format of float value, right, then you could convert that to integer. Okay.
I just want to prepare another list of integer from taking the value from that previous real number list.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If that real number is in a form of float, right, then you could convert that to integer. But if that real number is in a form of string, then you cannot directly convert to an integer. Okay, you should first convert that to float. After that, you should convert that to integer.
Sir, repeat again, please.
Okay, I'll just show you an example. Okay, so let me just run this. Okay, right now I won't give integers. I'll give you float values. Okay, 1.2. It gives me an error. It cannot convert 1.2 to integer directly. So what you should be doing is you should convert this to float first, and then convert that to integer. Okay.
Okay. That means string to float, float to int.
Yes, exactly.
Normal input means it generally by default it takes it as a string.
Yeah.
If I write n is equal to input, that means it by default it is a string.
Correct. Whatever input we take, by default it's a string. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So is the fourth problem done?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So let us look at it. We should find the number of occurrence of digit 1 in a string word. Okay. Count equals 0. See, the word is a string. Okay. For char in word, if char equals to 1. See, this char is going to be a string only. I mean, char is going to be a string of length 1. We cannot compare a string to an integer. 1 is an integer here, so we cannot compare it. So this code 1, right? The first option, it throws an error. Okay, clear? Why the code 1 is not correct?
Because 1 is an integer.
Yeah,
Hello, sir. First thing I need to convert it into float, then convert it into integer. Then it will be true.
Yeah. So the line number 1 holds true because this char is a string and then this 1 is also a string. Okay. So the code 2 is correct. Okay. Clear? Code 2 and code 3 are basically the same.
Yes.
Yes, we are just doing it str of 1. Okay. So the code 3 is also correct. Count equals to 1. We are starting with count equals to 1. We should not be starting with count equals to 1. So that's why the option number 4 is wrong. Okay. Clear? Okay. Clear until now?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So when it runs for char and word, then it checks every character. It's not that up to the second last. It's not like that. Huh?
No,
Okay.
it's going to check every character.
Okay, sir.
Why will it go to second last, right?
That's very confusing, sir, for me. I'm still learning. Yeah, when it's taking an integer sequence, maybe then only it does. So sorry, I mean, understood.
Okay, so just think of it like the normal English only. For char and word, it's like for each individual element in word, for each individual character in word, I'm just looping it. Okay, I'm not saying it do not include the last two or include just the first two, right? If you're doing slicing, then whatever you told now, then that could be done. Okay, I'm not doing any slicing there. I told just take every character itself. Okay, so that's why it takes all the characters. Clear?
Okay. So which means if in my for loop, if I had take the first letter of the word, then I would say char 0, and then if I wanted the last alphabet, I would say char. I mean, it wouldn't. So that sequence, because the numbering starts from 0, it would go up to n-1.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so we'll look at the fifth question. Okay, so this is not so hard after all. Count equals 0. Okay, you could just look at this problem and then you can tell me what the output is. You need not tell me. Okay, we'll just wait for 5 minutes and then we look at the solution. Okay, clear? Is the pace okay? Is the pace at which we are going, is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Fast or slow?
Sir, I just lost for a few seconds. Sir, last option you were talking about, sir. Previous question, sir. For question number 4. Yeah.
It's last option. We should not be initializing count to 1. We should be initializing count to 0. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Got it, sir.
That is where the last option is wrong.
Wrong, yeah.
Okay.
Sir, what's the week-wise weightage for Python?
Okay, yeah, you will be getting more weightage from week 3 and 4.
Small request,
sir. You'll be getting more weightage from week 3 and 4. Week 3 and 4, you'll be getting more weightage.
Okay.
Sir, will there be any questions like error finding things or some syntax or those kind of stuff will be there?
You won't be getting this error finding one. We will not be asking you like whether it will run without error or not. Okay, but then the syntax mistakes we'll be giving you. For suppose this is a syntax mistake, right? This is syntax mistake.
Sir,
These
the
these
same
things you should be
logic
knowing, but we won't ask you what error it will cause and all. Okay. The
Okay.
code could be causing an error, but we won't ask you what's the error that you'll get. That and all we won't ask. Okay.
So previously in CT, it was like some kind of logical errors which are being asked. So here it will be syntax errors. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, even the logical errors also will be there. Sometimes it is just like, let's say, all we ask is, we ask you to do this thing, right? We used to find the number of occurrence of digit 1 in the word. Select all the code snippets that achieve this. Okay. In these code snippets, there could be this error in code also, or the logical errors could be there. Whatever it could be there. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Thank you.
Sir, the same logic for matrix input will not work in the portal. It again creates error.
You should look at how the input is given. Okay. You should look at the problem statement, and according to it, you should be accepting. Okay. Just look at how the input is mentioned. I mean, just look at the problem statement and see how they asked you to accept the input, and see whether you are accepting the input in same manner or not. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
There is a given if a greater than less than equal kr less than z. So in character there will be in character that will be work.
Yeah, in character.
In character that will be work, because in character that is not an integer. So how will we find the greater than or less than in character?
In character, there is this ASCII value. Okay, there is this ASCII value.
Okay, in this question,
you do not have to worry about it. You do not have to worry about that part. So let me just say this. So whenever this char is in between this A to Z now, then this will be true.
Sorry, these are only capital.
Yeah, these are only capital.
Okay, so thanks.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So try solving that problem.
We're still in the 5th question, sir.
Those, please mute yourself. Okay, right now the time is 8:42. Okay, we'll wait for 5 minutes, and after that we'll look at the solution.
Are we doing the 5th question? So I mean, like, we have to do the 5th question now.
Can I repeat?
We have to be doing the 5th question now, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
So meanwhile, can I ask some doubts, sir?
Yes.
Sir, how not operator can be used in if condition, sir, inside it? So.
Okay. So. Yeah. Just give me a second. Okay.
Yes, sir. So for me, screen is not visible. So is there a problem with me or?
No. I have stopped sharing.
Okay.
So let's say, like, the way NOT is going to work is, if not A, okay, we haven't defined A, then we'll just define A. Okay, print something like working or something.
So actually, what I made mistake is was using that surprise symbol, not operator. The symbol will be there, no sir. I was using that. We should not use that, no sir.
No, you should not be using that.
Okay, that is the mistake I was making.
Okay. So yeah, it's not C++. So yeah, we cannot be using it.
So if we want to check not operator of some condition A is greater than B, also we can put like this only, not NOT space A is greater than B, like that.
Yeah. Or else you can just do it like A is less than or equal to B. That is okay.
Okay,
It's
okay.
same, right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
So should I be explaining how this works, or you might be knowing it?
Not operator, I know, sir. The mistake I was making is that symbol, sir.
Syntax one. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, and when will be used, sir, in operator? So where and all we should use in? I don't
Okay.
know.
So in will be used. Let's say like. Okay. You're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you able to follow it? So basically, see, for Python, I mean, for the Python language, right? This word is a string. The sentence is also a string. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If this word is present, that is, if this Python is present in the sentence, then this word in sentence will return true. Okay.
Okay.
So the sentence would be delimited based on space. If there were no space, even then it will return true, or space are needed.
Space, like, okay, if there is a space like this.
So not in word. In the sentence, there are spaces, right? So it is delimiting it based on spaces.
See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So all it checks for this, it checks for the sequence. Whether the sequence of this Python is present. So right now here, this Python sequence is present. But let's say I have a space in between Python and then space n. Okay. Now this is not return true.
Okay? Yeah, that won't match. But if there were no space in that sentence, it was just a sequence of random characters, and Python was in that sequence, it will still return true.
Correct. So like, see, but I'm getting to know it. Something like this. Okay. So even now it will return true. Okay. Clear? Even now it will return true. If you want, I could just execute this.
Just the sequence has to match.
What he's saying is there's no space between the words and still the Python words exist there. Will it still pick up?
It is just matching the sequence.
Yeah, it is matching as it is.
If it is something like this, yeah, it is just matching sequence. So if this Python sequence is there,
if it's a jumble up the characters of Python, then it will still.
No. If you just jumble up the characters, then it's not return true.
It has to be in sequence, right?
Yeah, it has to be in the same sequence. Let's say I have this py, okay, phon, and then the yt, I have it here. It will not return true. Okay. It will not return true.
No, same Python spelling, but we jumbled up the character of
it
Python.
Should be in the sequence.
I did not get you. Jumble up like how?
Like typton. The character, the alphabets will be the same, but just we jumbled the spelling.
Yeah,
no, then the sequence is different.
It's
different. Sequence is different. Then it will not return true.
Yes, sir.
It's false.
Okay.
Sir, as you told that Python followed by comma, it will return true. So is it like some special character after Python also it will return true?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what is there after Python. All it checks for is there. If the Python is there or not, that's it.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So we can use this to find whether. So we can use this to find from Python whether THO is there also. We can check by using this method.
Okay. So let me just do it this way. Okay. Sentence of A to B. Okay.
So is it only applicable for string, or you can check also from integer?
What can I repeat? It will check only for strings.
Okay.
Let's say, see, it will return true. For some values of A and B, sentence of A to B should be equals to Python. Okay. If this is true, for some values of A and B, if the sentence of a b equals to Python, then it will return true. Okay. Here in this particular scenario, let's say this particular index, right? From this index, if we take those values, that will be a to b. So for this values of a to b, we'll get Python, right? So that is why it returns true. Okay. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Got sir.
Okay. So here you'll be using this in one. Okay, and then the other place where you will use this in the list standard. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
list
say
standard.
you have this list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then let's say if 5 in L. Okay.
Oh.
Where is giving error?
It should come in the inverted comma, sir.
No, let me just run this. Okay, sorry. It should be comma.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But you get it right. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you so much. Sir.
Yeah. You see this in the list. It could be anything. Like let's say this could be Dhoni and all. Okay. And then you could check for if Dhoni in L. Okay. All these things and all you could check. Okay. Clear? Since a list could contain anything. Okay. So you could check for any element that's present in that L. Okay.
So, sir, in this particular list, if we have to check for, let's say, the number 2, right? So in that condition, we can use 2 as we have to use 2 as an integer, or we can use it as a string as well.
No, you cannot use it as a string because it doesn't contain string 2. It contains only integer 2.
Okay.
So in this only, if we want to traverse the loop, we need to go from Dhoni. So how can we compare integer value to a string value and then go to a integer value? So how should we go to this?
I did not get you. You want to traverse through it, is it? Okay.
Yes,
So if you're traversing through this, then it's not going to be easy for you. Because let's say if you're just expecting the same format, I mean that is like all the elements of the list are of same data type, then that's not the case, right? Then for you to go through it and then perform operations, it's not easy. Okay. But then we won't have examples like this, so it's okay. All right.
No, sir. How to find that element 2 there, sir? So we need to somehow go to that, sir.
What do you want to do?
I need to find index of 3, sir.
You want to find the index of 3?
Yes.
That's it. Okay. For I in range of len of L. Okay. And then you just do this thing. Okay. So if
it should be for, not if.
Yeah. For I in range of len of L, if L of I equals to 3, okay, we just print I, right? Okay.
Yes, sir. In line number 8 only, L will be first going through Dhoni equal to 3, no, sir. So will that be performing or any error will?
Yeah, it performs. So it just checks whether Dhoni equals to 3 or not. Since Dhoni is not equals to 3, okay.
Oh, okay. That is my doubt, sir. Actually.
We can just run this.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
So can't we use the index function over here?
We are using index, right?
The index function, the predefined function that is used in string.
Okay. The problem with that is, okay, we can use even that also. it returns true.
But the
True,
sir,
okay?
problem will come when you have 3 repeated and you ask for the last one.
Yeah, then
Yes, sir.
okay, actually there is this thing called R index, I guess.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure whether that is the correct syntax or not, but let's check. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't have this R index. Okay, but
No.
anyway, there are ways to do that. Okay, you
Yes,
can
yes.
just use a for loop and then do it.
Yeah, count how many times it has appeared and then we can get the index.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you can just
Can you please explain once again the split function in input?
the split function. Yeah, that was already discussed in the lectures. You could just go there and watch the lectures. Okay.
When I
Parno,
use
Parno.
it in program, I cannot get as desired result. That means there is some misunderstanding from my side.
Okay. We'll discuss that. Okay, but then okay, we just want you to go through this item pool.
Time, sir. I have one question to ask also. Can I do that after this question?
Yes. So please go to this item pool. Okay, you could just answer whatever questions you are discussing in mock quiz in the item pool itself. Okay. Right now we are at this problem, right? Are you able to access that link?
No, sir. Actually,
No, sir.
I have mentioned in the chat box.
The chat box is not allowing us to copy.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Not able to copy the link.
Okay. So now you will be able to do it.
Yes,
you'll
I
be
think
able
it
to do
should
it.
be doing.
Yes, sir, we got it, sir.
You got it?
Yes, sir. We got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you just go to it and then answer the question.
Done, sir.
Okay.
Wait, sir. We are doing.
Yes, I'm done, sir.
Sir?
Yes.
At the end of the session, sir, can you explain the question number 1 again, because I have joined late. So.
The question number 1.
Yes, sir.
This one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this one, for Karen word, what does it do? Right? Correct? Do you know that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what's going to happen is word equals input for Karen word. So here the first character is B. If Karen first row, basically B should be present in this string. It's not present. B is not even present here, but it's present in third row. Okay. So elif Karen third row, print third row, comma third row dot index of Karen. Basically index of B. Okay. B is at the 5th position.
Position.
Yeah. So the index is going to be equals to 4. Okay.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's going to print third row 4, and similarly it's going to print others. Okay.
Yeah. 3 and for 7 and first row. Got it, sir.
Yes. Okay. So what will be the output of it? It's going to be.
Sir, the question out of the box. This tool is developed by IIT.
Can I repeat?
This tool item pool, what we are using, is it developed by IIT? Who developed this?
I'm not aware of this.
Okay, like we are using online, right?
Yeah. We are using it on.
Okay.
But Definitely not the not us. I mean,
Yeah.
not
Okay,
the
sir.
not the IIT and BSc people. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
A small request.
Yes. Yeah.
Sir, we just started walking. Please don't keep marathon for sir.
Please don't give marathon questions.
Yes, in case one.
There are going to be few marathon questions. Okay, you should be prepared for that. Okay.
So please
But-
discuss marathon question also here then.
Yes, sir.
please.
Yes, sir. That kind of difficult. At least one.
These are relatively
So that will
simpler
get
than what we are getting in graded theory.
Okay.
I felt.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you will not expect like as easy as this. It's going to be slightly tougher than this. The mock quiz. Okay. The actual quiz. Okay. But then anyway, I'll explain the marathon questions also. Okay. So shall we do one thing? We'll just go through this questions quickly and then we'll go to marathon questions. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Sir.
Okay. So this one, right? Shall we discuss what it is doing?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So until now, you need not worry about it. First, we look at what this
Checking
does.
for all
Okay?
vowels.
So if A is less than or equals char is less than z and char in this list. So basically A, E, I, O, U. If char is any of this vowel A, E, I, O, U, then it will bring the count will be increased by 1 and it should be capital also. Okay. So if you look at it, T is capital but it's not a vowel. I is a vowel and a capital letter. So count will be increased by 1. So O is a vowel and it's capital. So count will be 2 now. A is a capital and a vowel. So count will be 3. And then E is a vowel and capital. So count will be 4. Okay. So the count will be equal to 4. Okay. So let's look at the source. Yeah. So most of you are given 4. Okay. So that's good. Okay.
And I wanted to ask, in this capital letters are considered as less than or greater than small letters? Like A is less than B. But what about capital and small?
I myself, I'm not entirely aware of this, but there is this ASCII values. Okay,
Yes, sir.
for each and every character. Okay.
Can you go to question number 5? Can you show that once again?
The each and
There-
every, I mean, small and
Actually,
Yes, sir. Sky
Sir,
values
sir, I want to understand one part. If A is less than equal to character less than Z, and then you are trying to find A, E, I, O, U, and all capital letters. Okay, sir. So can you just explain it? Say it's like A to Z word character should be there, and plus character A,
Yes, sir.
E,
I also
O, U
thought
should
so.
be there.
I also thought so.
yeah, it should be both. Like it should be.
But
the
somehow
character-
I understood it like that. Characters should be like vowel A, E, I, O, U should be in the sequence of A, like A to Z. Like in is I comes first, then S comes second. I don't know why I thought it like that. Then after is there na A, E, I, O, U. So it is not coming in the sequence. Then all is there. So A is coming. I did not take it as a capital or a small, but A is coming first and then L are coming after that. So that is how, I don't know why I took it like this. Because of first part, A is less than or equal to character Z.
See, consider it as like two if conditions. Okay.
I
So
understood.
just-
Now I understood what you want to say, but here somehow I got confusion that you are asking for the sequence of alphabets, and when it is there, then there should be A, E, I, U.
We are never checking for the sequence of alphabet. I mean, all we are checking is whether that is capital or not and whether that character is present in that. So let's say like, just think of it like why you assume that. Okay, you know that you kind of assumed it, right? And just
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at
yeah.
it like why you have assumed it, and then like just make sure that you don't do that again. Okay.
Sure.
So this, if A is less than equal to character, it means the range, sir, from A to Z. That's what it means.
Yeah. So basically, it just means that A should be a capital letter, right? So
Correct.
A should be in between A to Z. So it should be this character should be a capital letter, and then character should be either of this A, E, I, O, U.
Okay, but
we
what
are
is this
treating
less
it
than
as a
Z
chaining
means, sir?
operator, right?
What? Less than?
It is a chaining operator, right?
What is chaining operator?
The chaining operator.
Yes.
Yeah. What is chaining operator?
So it always results. It always gives a Boolean result. Like
anything which we have, anything which we have in this if block, right? That's going to ultimately it should be resulting in Boolean result only. Okay. Clear?
Yeah. So the answer is 4, right, for this question?
Yeah. The answer is 4.
I just wanted to know whether this less than Z means it should the alphabet should be within A and Z, capital letters.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
Sir, actually, I thought in some different way. So I thought that we need to check all capital letters like T, I, S, S, O after, and then also we have to check all capital vowels because and is there.
Yeah. That's what we are trying to do.
Yeah, but then, sir, we are only taking the vowels. Now we are not taking which are like consonant, like
yes.
And condition.
Yeah, correct.
S, F, T. We are not taking all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my mistake. I thought that we need to take two things, like all capital letters plus all capital vowels.
There is this and here. Okay, if it has been
Yeah.
or, what you said is correct. There is and here. Okay.
Yeah.
Both should be true.
Yes. Right.
Okay, solve for this problem. If n is a positive integer, what is the output of the following code? Assume that natural number start from 1. That is 0 is not a natural number. Okay.
Sir,
Yes. Yeah.
the question is, yeah, okay, sorry, it came now. So,
I'll take a 5 minutes break and then we'll look at the solution for this. Okay.
So can we then come
I
on?
just want to ask you one thing.
So can
Yes.
I have
After the break, please.
Okay, sir.
Hello, yeah. Shall we record solution?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for n range of 1 to n plus 1, b equals to 1. Okay, it is a sum of factorials of first n natural numbers, right? Okay. Okay, most of I got it correct. Okay, so it is because we look at this here. Okay, for I in range of I to I plus 1, b equals to b star j. So basically this b will be like we initialize b to 1. So this b will be equals to I factorial, right, at the end of this. Okay, and then this I value varies from 1 to n. So basically b will become 1 factorial to n factorial, and we are adding that to a. So basically a will become 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial and so on n factorial. Okay, so that is why it is sum of the factorial of first n natural numbers. Okay, clear?
Can you please repeat? I didn't understand.
Okay, so for j in range of 1 to I plus 1, right, b equals to b star j. Okay, so what does this mean? So basically b will be equals to 1 into 2 into 3 into and so on I, right?
Yes.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Right, so basically b will be equals to I factorial at the end of this for loop. Am I correct until now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, yeah, so b will be equals to I factorial. Okay, so and then what does it say? B equals to I factorial, and then I is changing from 1 to n plus 1. Okay, so basically b will change from 1 factorial to n factorial. That part is clear?
No.
Okay, so okay, let's do it this way. Initially I equals to 1. Okay, b equals to 1, and then for j in range of 1 to I plus 1, which basically means 1 to 2, b equals to b star 1, which basically means b equals to 1 factorial, right?
Yes.
Right, that is the first iteration. That is when I equals to 1. When I equals to 2, what's going to happen? For j in range of 1 to 3, because I equals to 2, b equals to b star j, so it's going to be equals to 2 factorial. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right, so and we will add that also to a. Okay, initially a equals 0. In the first iteration we will be adding 1 factorial, and in the second iteration we will add 2 factorial. Similarly, in third iteration I equals to 3,
3
b will be
factorial.
equals to 3 factorial. Yeah,
we will add 3 factorial then.
yeah. So in the same manner we'll keep on adding until that n. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Move on to the next problem.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. This problem is kind of tricky. In the code block A and B that have been already defined, the code block runs without throwing an error and terminates after accepting 10 inputs. After accepting 10 inputs, it terminates. All the inputs are integers from the user. Assume that the question that follow are independent. I mean, there's like this question is independent of other questions, which they're basically trying to say. If b is equal to 100, which of the following could have been the 10 inputs entered by user? If b equals to 200, is b value equal to 200, then which of the following could have been the 10 inputs entered by the user? Okay.
So what does while true mean here?
Yeah, while true, what does it basically means is this loop keeps on running infinitely until this break statement is executed. Okay. Because when we mention something as true, then that means this keeps on running, right? This loop should be running completely. Okay. And then when can it stop? It can only stop when the break statement is executed, right?
Okay. So when the condition is met, else condition, then only it will stop. Okay.
Correct. Exactly.
So does the compiler also understands while of only true or false, or also like 1 or 0, even that is acceptable?
While
true?
0? Yeah, even that is also acceptable.
Okay.
So according to
Like
this
the name
answer,
repeat.
like the loop never terminates.
Actually, it did terminate. That's what they mentioned, right? The
That's
code
what
block
they
runs with the
mentioned,
flow
but the
method.
options that are mentioned there, the loop doesn't end, and it doesn't take inputs, and but it doesn't end as well. So
No. See, the option it is just asking which of the following could be one of the 10 inputs. One of the 10 inputs. That's it.
That 10 input can
like
be
that
any
is
natural
I'm not able
number.
to understand that thing about this question. I mean, like I know the answers, but like it doesn't terminate. Like to say.
No, they're not asking you for all the inputs. Okay, they're not asking for the input that
Yeah,
terminates
the
a
10th input, I
problem.
know that, but like if we give those 10th input according to this question's answer, it doesn't terminate, but it will go on, but it won't take input. That's okay. It will be the 10th
No,
input,
they
but
did not
it
mention the
won't
10 inputs,
terminate.
right? How are you concluding that? How are you concluding that it will never terminate?
No.
It
See,
will never terminate.
it will
No?
terminate. It will terminate because it will encounter the break statement. Yes, and as soon as it encounter the break statement, it will come out of the while loop.
Okay,
And then
I'll discuss this thing after the answers.
okay, yeah.
But sir, can you please explain? But I couldn't get that.
What can I repeat?
So can you please explain the answer, sir?
Okay, I will explain that in a bit. Shall we look at the answer?
Yes, please.
Okay. So the inputs could be 1, 7. It can't be 40. Can't be 200 also. Okay. The reason is only if the input is less than 10, then we could accept another input. Okay. So that is why one is acceptable, 7 is acceptable. Okay. Even though 1 and 7 does not break the loop, this could lead to next iteration. Okay, which is fine. But then when the input is equal to 200 or 40, okay, this will not get executed because x is greater than 10. Okay, if and then since b is 200 is not less than 200. So even the elif block also won't get executed.
So can I ask you?
Yeah.
So let it be the last value we are going to be entering. So I will be let me entry before the last value be 8. 8 is lesser than 10. So at the last entry, I will be typing 200. So it will accept no, sir.
No, even in the last iteration, see this b is 200, right?
Yes.
B is 200, right? Is
Yes.
200 less than 200? No, right? X value cannot be 200 for it to terminate. Am I making it clear? See, b is 200. B plus 2 is 202. X should be greater than 200 but less than 202. Okay, X cannot be equal to 200. Is it clear?
200 lesser. Okay, fine, sir. Okay, that is understood. So 40 can become.
40 cannot be right because when X is 40, this if block won't get executed. This elif block also won't get executed. It will just keep on checking this if condition, elif condition, and then like keep on running it again and again.
So no, sir. What I'm telling is last value. Last value means last before values I'm typing 8. So it will be going inside the if condition. So 8 is lesser than 10. So it will be going inside. So it will be getting inputs at 40. No, so we can get it now.
But the thing is, they told that the program got terminated after accepting 10 inputs. If one of the input is 40, then it will never terminate.
So will it be going in order or our input only? No, sir, 10. So
yeah, our input only. But then let's say at any instant you entered 40, the program will never terminate. Hello, is it clear?
Sir, when you input 40, the program does not terminate, but it doesn't also accept any inputs, right?
Yeah, it doesn't accept input, but that doesn't mean that these iterations are stopping, right? It keeps on like running. It keeps on running infinitely, and it never terminates. And the problem mentioned that the problem it terminates after accepting 10 inputs. Okay, it got terminated. Okay.
So 40 should be breaking the loop. So for
40
200
is not break. That's what I was trying to say.
So 201 will break it.
201 will break it. Yes. Okay.
So basically, this problem is about selecting the right inputs for a question.
Correct. Yeah.
So the first part of the equation first part of the code was perfectly able to deduce. I was able to deduce that, but the second part of ELIF, I wasn't able to particularly judge how this particular thing is working in the code. Particularly if we are selecting a large value, which is b equals to 200, what role does this particular line play in this code?
All it checks is whether the x value, whether it is in between b to b plus 2 or not. If it is in between b to b plus 2, then the break statement will get executed and the while loop will terminate, or the program will terminate. Okay.
Okay, sir. So it is either asking us some arbitrary 10 values or asking us to put some value which is between b and b plus 2 to terminate the program.
Yeah, the last value, it should be in between b to b plus 2, but the first 9 values, it need not be the b to b plus 2. It should be less than 10. That's it.
Okay, sir. And if somebody puts a value of x which is greater than 10 but less than 200, less than b, then the program will be running infinitely without any breaks.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Then how do we resolve it, sir? So the first part we are taking less than 10. So the last part B is saying there are 200. So it should be 201. It is lying between 200 and 202.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Sir, for 40, it will go in an infinite loop without taking any input for any further. Is that the case?
Yeah.
As long as it is less than 10, it will keep asking for input. But if it is between like 10 and 200, it will go in an infinite loop without inputs.
Yeah, it's not like in between 10 and 200. It's like if the input is greater than 10, it won't accept for greater than or equal to 10. It won't accept for input.
Yeah. So if it is not taking an input, it is kind of infinite loop. It is not going to come out after that ever.
Yeah, if it is like if it is not less than 10 and if it is not equal to 201, but if it is equal to 201, then
Sir, your voice is yeah. So sir, if I input 40, right?
And stop now.
Sir, if I input 40, right, it is then not going to go into that input taking loop statement, right?
Clear?
So after 40, there is no input that can be given.
Yeah, if you input 40, then the infinite break.
Sir, your voice is lagging.
Voice is breaking even now?
No, sir, it's
Now
fine.
it's fine?
Yes.
Okay.
So, sir, it is actually very difficult to identify whether to put that option or not, sir, from that question, because in question, which of the following could be one of the 10 inputs. So from that question, which can be input, which we can give. So we can give even 40 also. So that is actually
No,
very.
if we give 40, it will never break. But the question says it will break.
Yeah, you should look at that part also, right?
I think, sir, if instead of giving the x as a variable, if we would have given the list and then would have asked like what are the value will get stored in the list, that could have been more clear. Like if you provide the value for 1 or 7, then it will get stored inside the list. Like if we are, instead of writing x equals to, if I write x dot append, and if you write 40 or 200, then it won't be.
Yeah, what's easy for you is kind of like difficult for others. So yeah, but okay.
When input is 40, sorry.
So what will be the answer then, sir? Is it 1 or 7?
1 and 7.
And when input is 40, the while will no more be true, no?
B is equal to Because we have always mentioned while is true.
So while true, you said if the inside conditions, as long as they are true, the code will run. But when we say X, we input 40, then the if condition is not true, else if is not true, so the while is not true. Is that correct?
No, while will still be true, right?
It's still true.
While is always true. While is
Yes, sir.
always true.
While is always true. So
It is
this
basically an
code will
infinite
never
loop from
end.
which you can only break out if you match the else if condition.
Yes. Only when this break statement
That is the only
executed,
exit.
that's the only exit. Yes. So the while is always true. That like it's like we have no condition. It's like we are saying run infinitely. Okay. So only when we encounter this break statement, this will come out of the loop. Okay.
Sir, in question, and terminates after accepting 10 inputs. So that is where we need to be careful and should not include 40, no, sir?
Yeah,
So that is
yeah.
the term we should be noticed.
So
Yes,
what if we enter 11?
If you enter 11, it's still the same thing. You will run infinitely.
Okay,
Sir, it's
11 to
already
200.
9:30.
That's
So
pretty
I will
clear,
suggest
right?
that.
You need not be asking for what will happen if you enter 11, 12, 15 and all, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
half
sir,
an
it's
hour
already
left.
9:30, so we should move forward.
Can you repeat?
Sir, it's already 9:30. Only half an hour is left. So
Okay.
we can.
Yeah. Okay, so is this like this one also, if b equals 100, what is the maximum possible value that could have entered among the first 9 inputs? Among the first 9 inputs, not the 10 input, not the 10th input. Among the first 9 inputs, not the 10th input. Okay. It will be 9. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll move forward. Okay, the code block runs without throwing an error and terminates after accepting 10 inputs, all of which are integers from the user. What is the value of b if the final input entered by the user is 100? What is the value of b then? If the x value is, if the final input, that is x value is equal to 100 at the end, what is the value of b? Okay, I'll begin accepting answer. I hope all of you are getting this correct.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, sir, just one thing, sir. For question number 8, like if b is equal to 100, what is the maximum possible value in the first 9 inputs?
Correct.
Sir, irrespective of what b is, the answer will be 9 only, right?
Yeah, correct.
So b's value does not matter.
Yeah, b value does not matter for that question. Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
That is just given to trick you.
Okay.
Okay, so we look at this answer, it should be 99.
How, sir?
Because x should be in between b to b plus 2, right? So basically when we have 100, right? 100 is greater than b but less than b plus 2. What does that mean? B should be 99, right? When b equals
Okay, but
99.
in this question, question never say that loop will be break.
Yeah, it did. They did mention that the terminates after accepting 10 inputs. They mentioned that. Okay. If that is not there, you could just give out some random value. You could give infinite also. B value could be some 9999, whatever. Okay. You could say whichever, I mean, anything could be true, right? Okay.
Yes, that's why I stuck.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
So this one.
So I just question in the last one.
Yeah.
So how is $100 a valid input? It is taking only integer input, right?
Which one? Okay, can you repeat? Okay, this okay. That's a typo. That's a typo.
Okay.
Sir, can you please explain the line L equals to L of 1 colon?
Okay, what does that means is we won't include the first element. Okay, we won't include the first element.
Okay, sir.
It's like we will exclude the first element and then all the remaining elements will be included.
So the first element will change with like upcoming indexes, or it will remain the first element only. Like if we are checking for first like 1, then it won't include 1 in the next iteration of the loop.
Yeah,
and then it will include 2 to 9, right?
Correct. So let me give you an example. And I have this L equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I do this L equals to L of 1, 2. Okay. I'll print L in both the cases. Okay. Before modification and after modification. Initially it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Since I did this L equals to 1 to the remaining, which basically means it is a sublist of like excluding the first element. Okay. Now the list will become 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Clear? Similarly, this -1, what does this do is it excludes the last element.
Sir, but first element is 0.
What can I repeat?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir, the first element should be the 0 one. Na? We start with 0. I'm not. I'm sure what you are showing. I am able to understand, but confused with this 0. First place is called 0, no, sir?
Yeah, 0th index. Yeah, that is why when we
0th index. So when we write 1, so it will be the second index, no, sir?
When we write 1, yeah, that is the second element. That is the second element.
So it includes. It starts from 1. It says that it is starting from 1.
Yeah, the starting index it will include, the ending index it won't include.
Starting from 1 it is saying, na?
Yeah.
Not from 0.
Yeah, that is why we are saying that we are excluding the first element. Since it is starting from 1, we are saying that it is excluding the first element. That is a 0th index element.
So if we want to exclude the 2 element, then we should write 1 or 2 or what?
You should write 2, right?
So the second one also will go, na?
Yeah. So the 0th index
starting from 2 it will be there, na? That means
correct.
Element number 3, it will start from element number 3 because the place of 2 is 3, 1. Third element.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I do this,
run this up.
Yeah, if I do this, then the element 4, that is the last element, will not be included. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So my question was that if we are placing it in a while loop, will it change its index like every time the first element will change or not? Like it will shrink the sublist or the sublist will remain same?
It will shrink the list L, correct.
Okay.
You just follow the steps.
According to this, it looks there won't be any element left in the L.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So we look at the answers. Yes, it will run without running an error. Without any error, it will run. Okay. Because initially the length is equal to 10. After it become 8, 6, 4, 2, and then 0. Okay. When the length of L equals 0, it will stop running. Okay. Yeah. So try solving this one.
Sir, we didn't given a int L of 0, na? Still it will take that element, right?
Can you repeat? It will
We
not?
didn't given int L of 0.
Because it is already an integer, right?
Okay.
The elements are already integers.
This while length is greater than or equal to 2, sir.
Yeah.
So that is, and this L of 0 plus, yes, sir.
Yeah. L of 0 plus L of minus 1. Yeah.
1 and 10, is it?
Correct. So it's like the first element and last element each time.
Okay.
In the
First and the last
element.
element. And what is this length of L greater than equal to 2? What is the significance of that?
So what that basically means is we are just making sure that the list L has, at least 2 elements. Because if it does not have at least 2 elements now,
then you will not have the first and the last. Okay, sir. Got it. Yeah.
I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
So like when the list L gets to last 5 and 6 to be 5 and 6, then when it enters the loop, it will add 5 and 6. Then it will go to L is equal to L of 1 to last. So 1 to last, that will be like 6. That's it.
Yeah. And then
the next
also, right?
step won't be an error, sir. Like,
the next step, this one.
Yeah.
This one, no, it won't be an error. It will just remove the last element, which is 6 itself. So basically, L will become empty list. Okay.
So my small doubt here is, so here plus operator is used to add, sir. So in some cases it is used to append also, no, sir. So how to identify that?
Yeah. So what you said is correct. So let's say this is L of 0, right? What is L of 0? L of 0 is what? 1, right?
1.
In the first iteration. Okay. And L of minus 1 is 10, right? So basically what we're doing here, we are operating with integers, right? It just adds it like integers does. Okay. The thing which you're talking about is the append one. It is something like this. So when we have L equals to, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and then L equals to, or let's say L plus equals to 5. Okay, we are talking about this. Now it will append this element 5. Okay, it's kind of like combining these two lists and then adding this list 5 to this 1, 2, 3, 4 list. Okay, I think you're talking about this.
So
all right.
Yes, sir. This is fine. So if it is used like this in program, so not here actually in our mock program. So we should be adding that.
Yeah. You should be adding the element to the list. You should not be adding it like integers too.
So if it was like string, sir, we will be appending, or again what it will do?
Like it will. Okay, so just do that by yourself instead of me telling, right? If you do it by yourself, you will understand it better.
No, sir, not here actually in our mock, sir.
Yeah, in the mock, then it's going to combine these two strings and it's going to be a hello world.
Okay. So string it will be appending. So integer it is adding. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir?
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
In computational program, there are showing that when we are adding two lists, we need to write say list 1 plus list 2. So, but in the Python, there are given that when we add two lists, so we can write one list plus second list.
Yeah. See the syntax which you have followed in CD, that's different from the actual programming language, right? But the idea is kind of like the same.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
I have a question, sir. So if there is only one element left in the list, so even if you don't give that condition length L greater than equals to 2, 0 and -1 will point to same index, right? So it should not be an issue.
Yeah, but the problem is we do not want that, right?
Okay.
We do not want that. I know this won't be an issue, but we do not want that. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, what would be the answer for this, sir?
It's going to be empty list. You could just check it out by yourself.
Sir, here at last 5 and 6 will be remaining now, sir. Hello?
See, until here 5 and 6 will be there. After
Yes,
these
sir.
two iterations, do you think 5 and 6 will still be there?
No, sir. I'm not yet completed actually. So it will be going to the line 6 and doing first element to last element. So first element is actually 6. 6 to only 6 will be present after that, no, sir. So and then
I will
at
not
line
answer this. I'll just answer this after this. Okay. If you
Okay.
want me to answer this, then I will answer this.
Hello, sir. Question number 11. I got 63 answer, but you wrote 55.
What did you get?
63.
You got what?
63.
63. What is sum of 1 to 10?
That is 55.
Yeah. So it can't be more than 55, right? It can't be more than the sum of the elements, right?
Okay, but every time there are adding 1.
They're adding what? 1 what?
Every time when you list are small, then every time when you are appending a new list, every time when you are go the while loop, that will be appending 0, a list of 0. That is mean 1. So we are adding every iteration.
We are just adding that particular element. We are not adding 1. We are just adding the first element and last element, and then remove the first element and last element. Okay. So in the first iteration, we add 1 and 10, and then we remove this element 1 and 10. In second iteration, the first element becomes 2, last element becomes 9. So we add 2 and 9. Similarly, we add 3 and 8.
Got it.
Okay. Now the answer will be empty list. Yeah, the answer will be empty list because at the last iteration, that is when we have 5 and 6, length of L is greater than or equals to 2 because length of L equals to 2 there. Okay. S plus equals to L of 0 plus L of minus 1, which will be equal to 5 plus 6. L equals to L of 1 to the which basically means we will exclude the first element. Okay. So
Please mute all. Your voice is not clear.
But there's some background noise, sir. Too much. Not been able to hear.
Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So basically, when we have this 5, 6 right in the last iteration, and at this particular line, we will remove the element number 5, element 5, and then in the last line through the last line, we'll remove the element 6 also. Okay. So basically, it will become an empty list. Okay.
Sir, how 6 is alone getting removed? So 5 and 6 remain. So 1 to end means 5 is getting removed. Okay, that is so 6 from 6 it is starting. So 5 is removed. So in the line 7, -1 means where it will come actually.
-1 is the last element.
Last element is 6 only now. So 6 is.
Yeah. So basically, that will get removed. The last index will not be included, right?
Yes.
Everything except the last
Whereas
element.
the sublist is shrinking, so it will be deleting the first element and the last element both in the last iteration.
So if you want me to do that, I'll just do it for you.
Only that last element, sir. I understood 5 is getting removed. 6 alone.
Okay, I'll explain both.
Sir, also explain plus equal to.
Okay, so L equals to L of after this I'll print L. Okay, now this L equals to okay. So let me do this. Okay, you could see here at the end we got empty list. Okay.
What is the 6, sir, before this?
6 is this, after we have removed 5, right, we'll get only element number 6 now, after the second iteration.
So why did
We'll have only element 6.
L5
That's why we are
six?
Okay.
Can I repeat?
Why did we take L5, 6?
No, it is just like I'm just showing for when when length of L equals 2, I'm just showing him. One student has asked a doubt here, so I'm just showing for that particular example.
Sir, I have doubt before it. This much is clear, but before it, why 5 and 6 we take?
Why we take 5 and 6?
Yeah.
Because it is coming at the last iteration. It is a
Yeah.
sublist which is creating at the last iteration.
Each time it will remove the first element and last element, and then at the end we will be like I'll just show you here. Okay, I'll remove 1 and then I'll remove 10. I will end up with 2 to 9. Okay, and then I'll remove 2 and 9. So I'll end up with 3 to 8. I'll remove 3 and 8. I'll end up with 4 to 7. I'll remove 4 and 7. So I'll end up with 5 and 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So look at this problem. Useful, this one, it splits it into list of 2 elements, useful and end. Okay. I'll begin accepting on this. Okay.
Hello. So meanwhile, can you explain once again, sir, question number 11, sir?
So when we look at my question from the PA4, sir.
Question from which course? PA course what?
Sir, I have a two questions I could not attempt, sir, in the graded questions, which I wanted to ask week 4, sir.
Okay, we'll discuss that. Okay. We're talking about question number 11, right? This one?
Yes, sir.
What's your doubt here?
Sir, 5 I have understood, sir. 55, sir, actually, how come, sir, 55?
It is just sum of these elements, right? 1 to 10. Basically,
Okay,
we'll
okay,
have
you have,
element.
okay, you have, okay, got it, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, asking you PPA3, sir.
Yeah, we need not look at PPA3 because the questions in quiz 1, it won't be PPS. It will just be theory questions. Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that, sir.
The questions for quiz 1, it will only be theory questions. It won't be the problem solving one.
So we can focus on practice assignments, graded assignments, and mock questions.
Yes.
But so will there be a session to discuss those practice and graded questions, which are the coding questions?
The coding
They are
questions
already been discussed. I guess they are already been discussed in the live sessions.
Was
have,
there a
yeah.
live session for week 4 where graded questions were discussed?
The week for
Deadline was
graded
over.
we haven't discussed. Okay, but then we could discuss that in the next live session.
Okay, sir.
We split
Sir,
Q
after
dot
mock,
split.
we will do marathon question or something else.
Marathon or marathon.
Yes, sir. Marathon, please. Actually, we need to get used
Okay,
to it.
okay. We'll do 1 or 2 marathon questions and then we'll close.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, it's just reveal this. This is true. I mean, P dot split, Q dot split. So basically, this P will become this is a chair. Q will become this statement is true. For word in P split, so basically for word in this is a chair. If word not in Q split, then R dot append word. Okay. So basically, when this word is not present in Q, then that will be appended to R. This is already present in this, so it won't be appended. Is is also present. Is also present. A is not present. A word is not present, so A will be added. And chair is not present, so chair will also be added. Okay. It's going to be A and chair.
Even we
Okay.
don't get this kind of questions, sir.
You will be getting this kind of questions. This
you
kind of
explain this?
difficulty you will get.
Okay.
Can you explain this question, sir?
Which question?
Yeah, the previous one, sir.
Okay, yeah. What's doubt?
I couldn't get that at all, sir.
Do you know what the P split will be after this? What the P split and Q split will be after this line?
So can I try?
Yeah, please, sir.
See, this is just going to split it, right? So this is just going to be equal to a list of four strings. This is a chair.
Means
And then
this is a
this Q is going to be equal to a list of this statement is true. Okay.
Okay.
Until then, is it clear? Do you know what a split does?
Means this is an individual statement. Is an individual statement.
What? Can I repeat? This is
complete individual string. This is a chair actually, including commas. If you split,
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
If you use P dot split, comma, and the string will be this. This is an individual string. And again, is an individual string.
Yeah, we get a list of the words.
You'll get a list of strings. Yeah, you'll get a list of strings.
Yes.
The first string is this. The second string is this.
Yes.
Third string is A. Fourth is share. Similarly, for Q
Zero
split, you'll get similar
one
ones.
is yeah.
What?
0 is this. 1 is 2 is A. 3 is chair. Like this, sir.
Correct.
Okay. And according to this, it will check.
The complete string will get broken into 4 different pieces, and it will compare those out of 4 those pieces. Those are common and Q are not, and then they append it, right?
Correct.
Then it's okay, sir. Thank you.
So what does this P dash split equals P dot split does? It what does those two sentences do, sir?
No, actually,
it just splits it, right? It just splits the string into a list. Look at the scene.
See, wherever comma is there, the previous.
Okay, I couldn't see that, so that the last part, the useful thing, I only now it is visible. It was not visible before.
In this case, only A and chair would be the answer.
Yeah. Okay. We'll move to the last problem. This is one of the marathon problem, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Let L be M cross a matrix of numbers that has already been defined and populated. We wish to find the sum of elements in each column and store all the elements in such column from a list called colsum. Okay. We should be you should be creating a list called call sum, okay, where each call sum of j will be the sum of elements of jth column. Okay.
Question itself is confusing, sir.
Can you repeat?
Question itself is confusing, sir.
Why is it confusing?
Can you please explain, sir?
What? Can you repeat?
No, please explain the question once.
Yeah, I could explain it now, but then I won't be that explain in the exam. Okay, so just I'll read the line and then I'll explain what it is like. Let L be M cross a matrix of numbers that has already been defined. L matrix is already defined. List of lists. We wish to find sum of elements in each column and store such column sums in the list called sum. So basically, this call sum is the sum of the column elements. Okay, the column sums value. Okay, columns are indexed from 0 to m minus 1. For jth column sum of j should be the sum of the all elements in that particular column. Okay.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Yes.
No.
Yes, clear.
You know a matrix, right? Row,
yes,
column.
Yes.
Like basically, this column sum of j, it should be the sum of all the elements in the jth column, right?
Yes.
So when we add each individual column sum, that will become a list.
Okay. Yeah.
They're asking you to generate this call sum list.
Okay.
Sir, after getting the answer, can you explain the D and E part of this option?
B and D?
D and E part of this option. I am getting confused, but I got the answer. That is different. But I want to clarify it once again.
Okay.
The D and E. Not now, sir. Finish it.
Okay. Shall we look at the answer?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, so most of you are able to do it correctly. So we have this option A, right? Let's look at option A. M equals length of L, row, column 0, 0, while call is less than M, call sum dot append 0. Until now we are okay. While row is less than M, call
Sir,
sum
in append 0, it is appending the 0 in the list, no? So
yeah,
that
yeah.
it can add the digit whatever is there, like how sir has said.
Correct. So we have this while call sum plus equals to row, L of row plus call, row plus equals to 1. Until now we are correct. But the problem is this we are updating this while loop. I mean, we are incrementing the row value here. We are not incrementing the column value. This call plus equals to 1, that is missing. Okay. That is why option A is wrong. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, option D and E are same, sir.
Option E?
D and E.
No, they are not same. You should check the for loop. Like in first it is for J in range, and then in the second one it is for I.
And it is IJ and another is JI.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So in the option number B, we have this call sum equals to empty list, m equals to len of L. Okay. This is okay. While call is less than M, call sum dot append of 0. Until here we're good. Here also we are okay. But then the problem is after this call sum dot append of 0, we should be initializing this row to 0. This we haven't done. Okay. The problem with that I will tell you. While row is less than M, call sum of call plus for the first row. I mean for the first column it works fine. Okay. For the first column it works fine. Once we come out of this while loop now, row value will be equals to what? M minus 1. M, right? Okay. Row value will be equals to M, right? And then we will increment this call value we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this while loop again. Okay. Since now this now the row value equals to m, this while loop will not I mean it will not go through one more while loop. Okay, inside while loop.
Sir, I'm not able to understand. Can you please explain it with an example on a whiteboard? Like, if possible, please.
Okay. So this is the code, right? Okay, what's going to happen is initially, okay, let's say my list equals to, my matrix is 1, 2, 3, okay, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay. This is my matrix. This is my matrix. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so initially row equals 0. Okay. COL equals 0. While call is less than m, right? Call sum dot append of 0. So now this call sum, now this will be equals to 0. Okay, because we have appended that value 0, right? Clear? Until now, is it clear?
Yes,
until
sir. Yes, sir.
Until this particular iteration.
Yes, sir.
So what is M here?
What?
M.
Order of matrix.
Okay.
M is that size of the matrix. Okay. So after this, we have this call sum equals 0, right? Then while row is less than m, initially we have this row equals 0, right? So while row is less than m, call sum of call is 0. So basically call sum of 0, 0th element is 0 right here. It will be equals to L of row of call, which basically means initially row equals 0, call equals 0. So it will be 1. Okay, L of 0 it will be equals to 1. Correct? Basically call sum of 0, it will be incremented to 1. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Call sum will equals to 1.
Call sum of it will be equals to plus equals to 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And later in the next one, it will be equals to call sum of 0 plus equals to this row value. It will be incremented by 1. So now it will be call of, not call of, L of.
L of 1 of 0. Like 1 0.
L of 1 of 0, yeah, L of 1 of 0. Okay, which will mean that call sum of 0 equals to
4.
1 plus 4, which is equal to 5. Okay,
5, yeah.
Okay, and then in the next iteration, call sum of 0 plus equals to
2 of 0.
2 of 0. Okay, which will make call sum of 0 equals to 5 plus 7, 12, right? Okay, until now it's clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now row equals to what? Row equals to 3.
Yes, sir.
Row equals to 3. So since row equals to 3, it will come out of the
loop.
It will come out of the while loop.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
it will come out of the while loop. Now we will increment column to 1. Okay. Now until now call equals to 1, we will increment column to 1. Now we'll come again into this while loop.
Yes, sir. Okay, now understood.
We'll append
understood.
0. You understood, right?
Yes,
now
sir.
since row equals to 3 directly, it won't enter this inside while loop. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Others, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that was rectified in the third option. Row equals 0 was changed. Each time before entering this while loop, we initialize row to 0, so that the problem which we encode in option number B, that won't be encountered here. Okay. That is why option number C is correct. All right. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Look at option number D. Call sum equals to m is length of L, len of L. Okay. For j in range of m, value equals 0. For I in range of m, value equals to val plus L of j of phi.
That will be adding row.
Call sum dot append of val. Yeah, so basically here we are changing the column values, right? Here for us to get the call sum, right? The column value should be constant and the row value should be keep on changing. Here we are changing the column value in the inside iteration. Okay, that is why option number D is wrong. Okay, if you look at option number E, the row value keeps on changing. The row value is changing here. The j value is kept constant. Okay, that is the outside value is the column value, right? The next value. Okay, that value is kept constant. Okay, that is why option E is correct and option D is wrong. Clear?
Zero here. How
Yes,
it is calculated?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one student is asking it out.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm asking for the value 0. It is saying, no, sir.
Yeah,
How
for
it is
value
coming
0.
in I'm not able to get it quite properly because
Okay, for the-
why they are initiating 0 after when like it's confusing me.
Why we are initializing val to 0? That one?
Yes, sir.
Because before us calculating this, right? Okay.
Every time
let us
value
come
will
to
be
this
0.
example itself.
No. It will make a list of having a call sum like value of what we say. It will make a list of sum of the column. So there will be three.
So basically,
3 elements should be there. Basically in the list.
So let's say like I do not initialize it to 0 each time. Initially 1 plus 4 plus 7 works fine. Okay. But then for this 258 plus 1 plus 4 plus 7 will be added to the column sum 2 value.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you do not initialize, if you do not make that val to 0 again. Okay. Clear?
Now I get it.
Okay.
So sorry
Anjali,
to
is it clear?
interrupt. Can I ask something?
Yes.
So can we have live session tomorrow?
We will not be having live session tomorrow. You guys need a live session
Sir,
tomorrow?
if you drop a mail or you can arrange. No, sir, but we want.
Yeah, you want?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Possible. With marathon questions.
Okay, so we'll try to have some 1 hour session tomorrow. Okay, we'll have it like in the afternoon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Marathon questions mean?
Can you repeat?
Sir, what
What
time
do
in the
marathon
afternoon, sir?
questions mean?
We'll have it in between 1 to 4, like somewhere around 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. Okay, somewhere around that we'll have.
On the calendar, sir, or will we see an email?
Yeah, we'll update in the calendar itself. Okay.
So what do marathon questions mean, sir?
The marathon question is just another name for like difficult questions.
Rating 5. 5 out of 5.
Please try to keep it in evening, sir.
Can you repeat?
Can you please keep that tomorrow session at evening?
Evening. Sorry, evening I will not be available, so I cannot.
Like 3 to 4.
3 to 4 too. Sorry, I will not be available. So yeah, it will be only in between like 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. Okay. And it's going to be a 1 hour session. Okay. If possible.
Oral session will be for the marathon questions.
Yeah, it will be mainly for the marathon questions. Yes.
Okay, so today we are not going to discuss it. Or
Today we do not have much time. Yeah. So yeah, we are not going to discuss.
okay, so thank you.
Sir, please include the questions as if it is there in mock test.
Can I repeat?
Can you please include these questions like marathon questions? What you said, it will be there in exam. Same kind of difficulty, please include it.
Okay.
so that we'll get some experience of it.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Any other questions you have? Okay, we'll have one more session tomorrow. Okay. That will be 1 hour session. It won't be 2 hour session. Okay. But we'll have one more session tomorrow. Okay.
So
How
what,
many math and questions might be expected in the quiz one, sir?
What kind of
How many numbers of math and questions may come in the quiz one?
marathon questions?
Yes, sir.
You could expect somewhere around 4 max. It will be less than or equal to 4.
Okay, and they'll be probably from the week 3, week 4 only, right?
Yeah, marathon questions, it can't be from week 2. It will be from week 3, week 4 only.
Okay, boss. Thank you.
Sir, tomorrow's session is on Zoom or Gmeet?
It will be on Zoom.
And will it be updated on the calendar?
Yeah, it will be updated on the calendar. By tomorrow morning or so, it will be updated.
And the most likely time you're saying is 2 to 3 or 3 to 4, right?
2 to 3 or 1 to 2.
2 to 3 or 1 to 2.
Because sir, actually it was not showing now right now in calendar.
So will it be updated on the calendar or we will get a mail regarding
Yeah, it will be updated on the calendar.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I didn't get the last question of Mark. Can you please explain it once, what you have written in whiteboard? Hello?
Yes, I heard you. Yeah, so what did you not understand?
Sir, after call sum equal to 0.
After this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have this call sum equals 0, right? So basically call sum has only one element until now, and then call sum of 0 plus it will be L of row of 0. Until now row equals 0, call equals 0. We haven't decremented call value or row value. So call sum of 0 plus will be equals to L of 0 of 0. L of 0 is 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
1. Okay.
So initially call sum of 0, it will be incremented by 1 value. Okay.
Okay.
After that, we will be incrementing this row plus equals to 1. We'll do this. We'll increment row by 1. So then if you do this, since this row value 1 is still less than 3, it will again go through this while loop. So call sum of 0 plus it will be equals to 1 of 0. 1 of 0 is this 4, right? So now the call sum of 0 will be 1 plus 4, 5.
4 plus.
Yeah, 4 plus 1 or 1 plus 4.
Yeah, okay.
The first two elements we added, right? L of 0 we added, L of 1 of 0 we added. Okay?
L of 1 is 1, right?
L of 0 of 0 is 1.
L of 1 is 4.
L of 1 of 0 is 4. It is a matrix.
Oh, okay.
L of 1 of 0 is 4, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Similarly, we will increment this next row value will be again incremented by 1 value. 2 is again less than 3. I mean, now that the row value is 2. 2 is again less than 3. M value is 3 here. 2 is less than 3. Okay. So it will again go through this while loop. So we have this call sum of 0 equals to L of 2 of 0. L of 2 of 0, which will be 7. L of 2 of 0 is 7. Until now, call sum of 0 is 5. So 5 plus 7, it will be equal to 12. Okay. Call sum of 0 is 12.
L of 2 of 0, can you please repeat?
L of 2 of 0 is 7, right?
Yeah, how? But
it is the L of 2 means third element, right? Third element in the third element in the list here. Okay.
Okay.
The third element in the list here is 789. 789 list. Okay.
Okay.
In the third element, we are asking for the first element since we are mentioning 0. So that means L of 2 of 0 means 7.
Okay, fine. Thank
you. Clear until now?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So now that we have row equals to 3, we'll be coming out of this. We'll be coming out of this while loop because 3 is less than 3. That's not true.
Yes.
Okay. That's why we'll come out of the while loop. Now the call plus equals to 1. Until now call equals 0. Call value will be updated to 1. Okay. Yeah. And we'll come to this while loop here. 1 is less than 3, which is true. 1 is less than 3.
Yes.
That is true, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it will come into inside this while loop, and it'll happen 0 again. So until now we have this call sum equals to 12. Okay. After this, since we append one more 0, it will become 12,0. Okay.
Okay.
It will become, since we are appending 0 again, it will become 12,0. We'll append 0 value at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Until now we have this row equals to 3, right? Row equals 3, right? Since 3 less than 3 is not true, this will not run. This entire while loop will not run. It will directly come out of this while loop, and then call value will be incremented. It will again come back here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then like now the call value will be incremented to 2. Okay.
2
So again, yeah, again one more 0 will be again one more 0 will be added. It will become 12,0,0. Okay.
Okay.
You could see here that we are not adding this 258,369. I mean,
yes,
the first column sum we got, but the second column sum, third column sum we did not get because we did not initialize. I mean, once we do this call sum dot append of 0, right? We should be initializing row to 0.
Okay.
That initializing row to 0 we haven't done. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this clear?
Okay. Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Thanks everyone. Okay. So we'll meet.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, just one request, sir. I mentioned it previously also. I'm just requesting again, sir. There's an overlap continuously between CT and Python sessions, sir. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
There is no one else who has the same overlap,
Yes,
or
sir.
if they're
There's
not.
no overlapping.
So we are continuously missing one of the sessions, sir. Like today also there was an overlap at 8 o'clock.
Okay. So see, the problem is that generally you are a diploma student, right? You're direct diploma
Correct.
student, right? Yeah.
Correct.
So except for the foundation, for the normal people, once they complete CT, then only they'll be able to take Python. Okay. So for them the clash will not be happening. But since for you guys,
Correct.
you'll be taking CT and Python simultaneously, for you the clash is happening. And that too,
Sir.
For you the problem arises to a different level because you guys could be taking stats 1, stats 2, maths 1, maths 2, Python and CT. Any of the 6 courses you guys can be taking, right? And then the clashes should not be happening across the 6 courses at all, which is like very difficult for us to schedule the sessions, right? That is why clash happening, but then we'll try to reduce that. Okay.
Excuse
me, sir.
Almost every Monday there's a clash, sir. Even yesterday session got scheduled to today, so today also there's a clash. So already those two subjects are very similar and it's very new. Both of them are very new, so that's why the request, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So, but then, yeah, we'll take that into consideration. But it's better to mail regarding this to support. Okay.
Sir, I have sent multiple mails. They will just say they will forward it to the concerned team, but I don't know what's happening after that.
Okay. So we will discuss this. Okay. I will raise this issue. I'll raise this issue within our course support team. Okay. And then we'll try to resolve this. Okay.
Okay. So actually, if the open session and solve with us gets clashed, it's actually a loss for us, sir. If the other sessions get clashed, it's okay. Because one day solve with us takes place for CT, and you will also be having an open session for Python. If this is clashing, it's a loss because one is where we learn he's showing us extra questions, and the other one is where you are actually letting us ask questions in general. So
Okay.
okay, sir.
Today, if we see in the calendar, sir, the session was scheduled at 2:30 to 4.
The session?
Yeah, in my calendar, sir, the session was showing 2:30 to 4:30.
It was never supposed to be at 2:30 to 4:30.
Don't know, sir, because I can even take a screenshot of my calendar and share with the support team. But why I raised, because I was logged in till 2:30 and been waiting for this thing to start. And then the message came in that it will start at 8 o'clock.
Okay. We are completely not aware of the thing. So yeah.
Sir,
Sorry
one
for
more.
that.
No problem, sir.
Sir, how these quiz 1 marks will be affecting us?
You could look at that scoring one. Okay, so we have this. You shared with you the scoring document, right? How your final score will be calculated.
Is it best of 2? Best of 3?
What? Can you repeat?
Yeah, will they take 2 best of from 3? There are 3 quizzes, right, sir?
Yeah. So it's not best of 3. So I'll just tell you this. So it's going to be this. You could just follow this document. I'll just give you one document link. You could just follow that. We have one not so easy straightforward formula. In that, you could look at the Python scoring formula. Okay. Okay. So thanks everyone. Okay.
Thank you. That's right, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it's possible to get this session notification on WhatsApp, then it will be very easy for us to join.
Yes. Yeah. We'll try to do that, but that's not completely on my hands. Sorry. Okay.
Because
Yeah,
sometimes it is not displaying in our calendar, or sometimes there
do
is
one thing.
different,
I've shared the
timing.
WhatsApp group. You please join it.
What you guys could do is you guys could form some groups, okay, some Python groups which were shared, right? If you could just share the info among yourselves. So if one of you knows that the session is happening, you could just message in the group that there's a session at this particular time. Okay.
Yeah, share the group. Please join. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
I
thanks.
think if you are not
actually
the timing of the classes, I think you don't subscribe to that course on the calendar.
We'll try to update that calendar soon.
नहीं
okay?
सर, वो मैं उनको बोल रहा हूँ ना कि जो मतलब भैया बोल रहे हैं कि दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है उस पे कैलेंडर पे, तो उन्होंने कोर्स ज्वाइन नहीं
You
करा।
might not have added. Yeah, you might not have added Python calendar.
कोर्स इंस्ट्रक्शन में सबसे लास्ट में जाइए तो उसमें लिखा है कैलेंडर, मतलब साइड दी है, आप उसको सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए, आपको मिल जाएगा।
Okay. So anyway, yeah. Thanks everyone. Okay. And we'll meet you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Elad. Good night.
Right, sir. Hello? Hello? Sir, you can stop the Zoom streaming, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, can you hear me, sir?